6:15. Leaving the home, heading to Holy Angels for our matchup against Eclipse Select this morning. You guys can't even see me yet. Sun's not up. It's a balmy 47 degrees. So I'll try this again when we have some daylight. Can you see me yet? How can you see me? No. All right, this will have to do. It's 6:45 in the morning and getting close to Holy Angels. Where we're going to battle Eclipse Select this morning. Talking to Scotty McDaniel, who is the girls program director and the coach of St. Louis Scott Gallagher Navy, who we played a couple weeks ago. He mentioned that Eclipse has two teams in the Midwest Conference, which I knew, Eclipse Select and Eclipse Select North. The Navy girls played Eclipse a couple weeks before we played Navy. I think they met up in probably Eclipse's fall challenge in mid-August. And Scotty said that both Eclipse teams, using his words, spanked the Navy team. And we were pretty, the Navy, obviously the game with St. Louis Scott Gallagher Navy was pretty tight between us. So we got our hands full. And that's okay. I'm excited to see how we match up against what could arguably be the top team in the Midwest Conference this year. And it's great for me as a coach, just because 100% we're going to expose individual and collective weaknesses as well as strengths, but at this point I'm more interested in our weaknesses, and then being able to design training sessions to address those weaknesses and make us better. Again, we want to be one of the best. We've got to play the best, and we've got to see what's out there. And not only as a coach do I want to see what's going on, but it's important for the girls to see the level of play that's out there in our conference. And it's important for the parents to also understand where we're at. This team's had a lot of success. From a coach's standpoint, again, that success has been in the development that I've seen over the course of the last couple of years for the core group. But we've also had a lot of wins. So again, a loss isn't the end of the world this early in the year. And yeah, we want to fight for Champions League spot qualification, and we want to fight to try to qualify for the playoffs at the top flight at the end of the year, and get a chance to see other top clubs in the ECNL at this age group. But again, long term, this result isn't the end-all be-all. So we're going to start in our 4-3-3, though I have a feeling we may need to shift into a 4-4-2. I'm just not super happy with how we defend right now with three in the midfield. We've addressed and we've talked about bringing our two wingers back into midfield to help defend, effectively making us a 4-5-1 in defense. But that is not easily grasped by the kids at this point. So going into a 4-4-2 may help us a little bit with adding another body into the midfield. But we haven't practiced it. We haven't played it with this group. Maybe something I should have addressed in training this week, and actually I meant to address it on Thursday. We just got bogged down with some set piece work, specifically corner kicks and yeah, maybe that's on me. Then hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us in the you-know-what today. We do have an advantage. Eclipse has traveled. They stayed in a hotel. They got up early. They're in a new environment. We got to sleep in our own beds. Didn't have the travel yesterday, so we should be fresh, but it's always a challenge. An 8 o'clock game, the girls are going to be showing up here, and probably some of them are there ready to go at 7:15. And sometimes it's tough to get up for these early morning games. But again, it's the same for both teams. It's cool. It's 44 degrees out right now or something like that. The sun will be up shortly. It's coming up already. Should warm things up a little bit. Should be fine to play in. I need to make sure that I prep the subs that before they go in, make sure they get their bodies loosened up a little bit. And we'll see how it goes.
Hi, boys and girls.
Take a little break in between exercises here. Just understand what we might have to do today. Okay, because we haven't addressed it yet, and we're still a little bit lost in terms of defending with our 3 midfielders, which is fine. It takes time to work on it. If we're getting killed in the center, in the midfield area, don't forget we talked about our wingers tucking back in and helping us defend, so that we're effectively in a 4-5-1 when we're defending. Make sense? We may change to a 4-4-2 today. Just understand how your roles are going to change. If we add another midfielder in, we play in a diamond, holding, 2 outside, 1 attacking. Okay? And in our 4-3-3, who gives us our width in attack? In our typical 4-3-3? Our forwards. Okay, in a 4-4-2, our width comes from our midfielders. And our forwards are more central and connected together. They're not hanging out wide and split. Does that make sense? So if we need to shift to a 4-4-2, just understand how your roles change. Those forwards have to be linked. 1 deep and dangerous, 1 coming in the ball side. Ball gets shifted around to the right side, 1 forward showing, 1 forward deep. Okay, got to be tuned in and working in tandem like that. Make sense? If we need to.
Why you keep filming me? Don't film me.
Ew, why did I look at that?
How about you do that?
Last. Hi. since like the end of last year.
My hands are frozen.
Aren't they warm now? Like when
No.
you fist them? Yeah. Are mine cold?
You feel warm.
What?
Are mine cold?
Mine are so cold.
All right, couple things. They're good.
They're not as good as you said they were.
Yeah.
You always overhype.
Yeah,
Well, they
you
are.
do.
We're just
They're
playing.
pretty good.
Yeah,
They're pretty good. Okay, their number 2 up top is dynamic,
Oh, she is.
dangerous. She can be back to goal, get the ball, and her first touch can torch us. Okay, and she's very dynamic in terms of moving from the center, getting blindside behind Ainsley and getting runs out of the middle down the line. They're tough to track. All right, we just got to make sure that we recognize that and we're ready to deal with it. Okay, but we settled in nicely after a little bit of panic. We settled in nicely. All right, what I told Maddie, same thing for Sienna or Gwen or whoever's taking our goal kicks. We're matching up body to body in the midfield. But that doesn't mean the goal kick has to come straight up the middle of the field. Put the goal kick somewhere where we can get to, and we're there now. You guys understand that? Okay, so we need to take advantage of that. Second thing, we're getting in trouble. Hey, look at me and tune in. We're getting in trouble in defense when we're overzealous and overcommitting and come steaming in and they're too technical and they just roll us. And it took us a little bit to get used to. Okay, we settled down way better at the end, but especially around our box, we can't overcommit. You can't overcommit. You get her facing this way away from your goal, hey, you're doing your job. You come super tight on her and she rolls you, you're dead. Make sense? Hey, make sense? Okay, gotta get touch tight, but you always gotta be ready for her to turn. But you're doing your job if she's facing the other way. Make sense? Hey, super important. Okay, and again, they've been doing a really good job of getting the ball wide and knocking balls in. But we're defending well. Hey, we're defending well. We gotta keep that defensive intensity going. All right, their defenders are fast. Kendall's been able to get by their right back a couple times, but when they have kids that outrun live to the ball, you know they're fast in the back. All right, so we just have to make sure that we put ourselves in smart positions to win the ball over the top if we need to. Hey, do you guys understand what I'm saying? And we don't always have to go long. Sometimes the forward's going to come get it, and we're just going to link up and keep playing. All right? And just be careful. When the ball goes back to their keeper, if we're going to pressure, we got to go together. If we're not going to pressure, you got to hold your forwards back so we don't burn energy going 1 versus 3. Right? All right, and they try to play out of their goal kicks, which is good, which is great. We haven't worked on that at all yet, which is fine. But if they're going to play, let's just drop back a little bit. Let them have it. They're going to take the goal kick. Let them have it all the way up, out until halfway between the circle and the circle. Let them have it. Just get together. Just get together, get the passing lanes clogged up, and be ready to defend as they get closer. And do you hear what I'm saying when I talk about make it predictable? Wide player. If you're going to close them down, bend your run. You got to be aware of where their wide player is. You got to try to cut her off, and if you see her moving, you got to continue to cut your angle off. Force her to go in the middle so that we can play. Okay? Hey, other than that, come on, quickly, we got to go. Well, you should know that. Yeah, for sure. We want time to relax. But hey, ladies, we settled, listen. We settled down into the game pretty well. And they started their best 11, for sure. And when they took those out, and we both subbed at the same time, their level dropped, our level stayed the same. We have a deeper all-around team. Okay? We just got to keep the battle going. And if they score goals, they score goals. But let's try to get one. Let's try to get a set piece. Let's try to win corners. Attack that end line. Win corners. Give us a chance to win the game on set piece. You stay free.
Wait, I thought it's Tony.
I mean, never mind. Change that. Forgot it. You're not starting, right? All right, on the field. Let's go.
Gotta be tight.
Okay, good. Proud of you. Good battle. They're a good team. They're good. defenders are solid, but we can learn a lot. We can learn a lot from their midfielders and forwards, and what they did in our defending third, and how calm they play, and little slip passes that they're making back and forth. Do you agree or not agree?
Agree.
Forwards, were their defenders tough?
Yeah.
Yeah, tough, physical, fast, technical. But hey, battled hard. Ken, they got one shot on target, and it went in. They had some chances, right? But they got one shot on target, if I remember.
Yeah.
I mean, did you have to make a save, like a shot save in the first half?
Yeah, she did.
I mean, that wasn't
a shot though.
Wasn't that because you punted it 4 yards? Yeah, so it wasn't like.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm just saying. And Gwen, did you have to? Came up to catch it once, but did you have to face a shot? Like, did you have to make a save? The one that went in, right? They had one shot. Though they dominated the game, right? They dominated, but we have to learn from them. This is a great welcome to the ECNL. This is the battle. And Eclipse isn't even one of the best ECNL teams in the country. But this is the level. And some of you need to gut check if you can handle this level or not, honestly. Some of you need to gut check. I know you can all do it. You need to know you can do it. Okay, you need to know you can do it. You wouldn't be on this team if you couldn't do it. You guys understand that? But the more that we play teams like this, the better we're going to be. And the more we're going to have to understand that we have to up our level in training. Right? You guys understand? Yeah. And the more that you're going to have to understand that communication is important. And the more that you're going to have to understand that you can't be a cheerleader out there. You got to always be looking to make things happen. They had 11, it seemed like they had 15 players on the field sometimes. How many times they were moving off the ball and trying to find each other. When we get the ball, and you'll see on the video, a lot of times we're standing, reacting, not being proactive. But we'll work on it. That's why I wanted to play him. I'm proud of your fight. Okay, I'm proud of your fight, proud of your battle. Okay? Some of you, if you didn't think you play well, think about what you need to do to get better. Think about what you need to do to get better. Come and talk to me if you need. Happy to talk to you about it. Again, 4 subs. 4 subs. Missing Izzy, missing Val, missing Odds. You gutted it out. Proud of you. Okay? Proud of you. You have nothing to hang your heads about. I mean, do you agree or do you not agree? I don't know. You can tell me if I'm wrong, and then I'll tell you you're wrong. All right, team on 3.
Team?
Team on 3.
Right, 1, 2, 3, team.
Lame. Hands in.
You know what's lame?
Team.
No, when we have to just clap twice.
All right, well, change that. Do a dance.
No.
Get your hands in here.
One.
Together. Together. Hands in, together. Team on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Team! I got back.